Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
I got to North Texas in 1992, and my memory of Grapevine, Texas in 92 was very quaint downtown, lots of rich history, but it's certainly nothing compared to what we're seeing now. It's just really become, I think, one of the most coveted towns for tourism in the whole state. Leigh Lyons is my guest right now. She is the communications manager for the Grapevine Convention and Visitors Bureau. Leigh, thank you for joining.
Good morning. I'm so glad to be here and tell you all about the wonderful things happening in Grapevine.
Well, so one of the things that I think is always tough, because you look at towns like Fredericksburg, and that's people will travel all over the state to get to Fredericksburg. Keeping that small town feel while also experiencing rapid growth. And you guys have Gaylord. I mean, you have so many amazing things, but I really don't think you've lost that Charles Dickens kind of feel for downtown and kind of the heartbeat of the town.
Well, absolutely. Many of the buildings in beautiful historic downtown Grapevine are on the National Register of Historic Places. So that lends itself to keeping that, as we kind of like to refer to that as a sophisticated charm in the city. So with that heritage and that history, that, does foster some new growth, but it maintains that tie to the past as well.
And the history of the town, Grapevine, is it really named after vineyards? Is that where it comes from?
It's actually named for the Mustang grapes, which were found on the grapevine, 2 words, prairie. But then the name was actually changed to Grapevine, 1 word, when the city was incorporated.
Most towns have a festival or two. It seems like you've got something going on every weekend.
We do, and Grapevine is what's known as a World Festival and Events City. We were named that by the International Festival and Events Association back in 2012. It was a huge honor for the city. Grapevine is home to, of course, Grape Fest, which is the largest wine festival in the Southwest. That takes place every September. Main Street Fest, which takes place in the spring. Summer Blast activities. But what we're just about to embark on, we are the Christmas capital of Texas with 1,400 Christmas events in 40-plus days. So all those things start to happen here in just a couple of weeks.
Oh, my goodness. Well, give us kind of a preview. What are some of the things that people can expect?
Well, of course, you've got to come and experience ice at Gaylord Texan Resort, and this is 2 million pounds of carved ice. They bring in a team of ice carvers from Harbin, China, which if you've ever seen stories on it, they have beautiful ice sculptures in Harbin, China. But this year's theme at Gaylord will be Christmas around the world. We've, of course, got the North Pole Express on the Grapevine Vintage Railroad, which is wonderful fun for families. Those activities start the weekend after Thanksgiving. We've got Snowland at Great Wolf Lodge. We've got the Texas Tenors that'll be at the Palace Theater, just tons of things all season long.
And I keep coming back to downtown Grapevine, but it just has this kind of walkability.
Absolutely.
What are some of the events related to the holidays that people can see when they walk downtown?
Well, one of the very fun activities that's right in the heart of downtown Grapevine at the corner of Main Street and Dallas Street is the Magic of Christmas light show, and that's a free event that will actually start on Tuesday, November the 24th, and it runs nightly from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., so that's a lot of fun for folks. And of course, the city itself has more than 1 million lights just in historic downtown.
Really?
Inside the Gaylord, I believe there's almost 2 million lights, or more than 2 million lights in Gaylord itself, so you can see lots of beautiful decorations. It's wonderful to walk up and down the street. There's places for great family photos if you're looking for a spot to take your Christmas card photo. Grapevine is the ideal location to do that all season long.
I think one of the coolest things that I've experienced, because my brother lives in Grapevine with his family, so we go there often, and I just am constantly impressed with how you've grown, but you really haven't lost the small town feel. You really don't feel overly touristy or commercialized. It's kind of hard for me to put my finger on it, but why don't you talk about that? Because I've seen towns do it wrong, where they're trying to grow too fast and they're ignoring their history, or they're bringing in what I would call kind of cheesy things that cheapen the rich history of the town.
Well, in Grapevine, we are so fortunate because all along historic Main Street, you are going to find more than 80 locally owned shops, restaurants. There are winery tasting rooms. There's wonderful art galleries. I mean, today, Great American West Art Gallery is having their first ever art auction with some very high-end, beautiful pieces of art. So there's a really nice collection of different types of businesses and different types of experiences. Whether you're looking for arts or for wines or for family-friendly activities, you can find all of that in Grapevine. And I think really having locally owned businesses, it's so much fun. When tourists come to town, they want to eat where the locals eat and they want to shop in the local stores. And we are really fortunate in Grapevine to have such a wonderful opportunity for all of those type of experiences year-round.
Talk about the Gaylord and what that has meant, because the times that I've been over there, it's really almost like a convention machine. I mean, every day you go in there, there's 2 or 3 conventions going on. They've got it down.
Well, of course, Gaylord Texan Resort is one of the premier convention facilities in the nation. We're so fortunate to have them in Grapevine. Also with our central location, both within the Metroplex and within the country, and our close proximity to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, we are a natural fit for many conventions that are looking for that type of location. We're 4 hours by air from every major U.S. city. Wow. And that central location has really helped that. But of course, Gaylord, with their premier property, their wonderful restaurants, their shopping on site, the Paradise Springs, the water park, it is just an amazing place, whether you're there for a convention. They have top-tier convention facilities, or whether you're there for leisure travel. It is a wonderful experience anytime you have the opportunity to visit Gaylord Texan.
And the Gaylord family, I've been on websites before where a large association that brings in tens of thousands of people are just having their convention at different Gaylord properties around the country. So we're actually we're the beneficiaries of some convention business that we never would have gotten before.
Absolutely. And, we are fortunate to have those conventions. And we do get a lot of repeat conventions that come to Grapevine. Every time our convention sales staff or the convention sales staffs from the different hotel properties talk about Grapevine and invite meeting planners to come in and do what's called a site inspection, they have the opportunity to see the things that are available here and see the after meeting events that they can do for their attendees. And we really work with them to construct that perfect convention or meeting for their attendees. And we really work very closely with those meeting planners.
I don't think you were with them at the time when the Super Bowl was in North Texas. Was that just before you came to Grapevine?
It was just before I came to Grapevine.
What are some of the stories that you hear about preparing for that? Because that's really when you're on stage for the whole world to see.
Well, I do think, events like the Super Bowl, the success of different events, even things like, race weekends at Texas Motor Speedway, the Dallas Cowboys being so close. The Dallas Cowboys actually stay at Gaylord Texan the night before their games.
I didn't know that.
So, yes. So we really have, national sporting events really shine a focus on Dallas-Fort Worth. We are one of the premier sports destinations in the country, if you think about it. We have all the major sports here with top-tier golf tournaments, just a variety of different things for those who are sports enthusiasts. And Grapevine is the perfect location to stay because you're centrally located. But, those big national and international sporting events really do shine a light on the area, and I think all of North Texas really benefited from that exposure of the area.
Have you had a chance to kind of see the faces of some of the people who are doing those site visits, and they're maybe they're coming in from New York or LA and they're experiencing Grapevine for the first time? What are some of the comments? What are the things that they say when they see it for the first time?
We hear a lot of comments about this is the most spectacular place, and I just love it, and I can't wait to bring our meeting here. But one of my favorite stories to tell is there was an article. I work a lot with travel writers, folks who write about different destinations. There is a story that a travel writer wrote. She had come to Grapevine during Christmas. She brought her 13-year-old son, and for those of us who are parents of teenagers, we're past some of that magical Christmas experience, but she talked about when she brought her son to Grapevine and experienced all of the Christmas events, what a wonderful reconnection for them to enjoy that magic, enjoy the love of the season. And when you have that experience and you can create those lifetime lasting memories, that's what it's all about in bringing people to your destination, and whether those memories are a convention or, again, leisure travel.
Wow. So have you seen Grapevine win some coveted conventions that, maybe this organization is trying to decide between 3 different venues and you land them because of everything that's going on in Grapevine?
Well, absolutely. I can talk about one in particular. We are the host for Travel Media Showcase in August of 2016. That is a convention that is attended by travel writers and destinations, and it's basically like kind of speed dating meetings and appointments. But this is the first time that this event has been held in Texas. It will be in August of 2016. We are very excited about it. We expect to have somewhere between 80 to 100 different travel writers that will be here. They will experience Grapevine and other areas of North Texas. So it's great. It's a win-win for all of us, because when we bring folks into North Texas and they experience the entire region, it just means that more people are going to talk about it and come and see all of us.
That is going to be the gift that keeps giving, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That could pay dividends for years. Leigh Lyons with the Grapevine Convention and Visitors Bureau, thank you so much for joining me on the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you. And everybody come to Grapevine.
Absolutely. When we come back, all those iPads and cell phones, are they causing our kids to become tech wrecks? Why nearsightedness is becoming a big problem in North Texas, just ahead.
More of the Jeff Crilley Show coming up.